Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so chuffed to be chatting to a long-term client of mine. This is Yovanee Veerapen, everybody. And if you haven't met her, she is the owner and founder of NutriSmart Consultancy out in Mauritius. Yovanee, thanks so much for joining me, and say hi to everybody.
My pleasure for joining you today, Trevor, and hello, everyone.
Great. There's an exciting week in your business. That's why I wanted to just share it with everybody. The business has been going a while, but new developments that we'll get to in a second. But if you don't mind, just very briefly, maybe just a quick introduction on a little bit about you and a little bit about your business and what it is that you do.
Sure. Well, to start with, I'm a Mauritian and I love eating good foods. I am a great fan of chocolate and I work as a qualified dietitian and nutritionist. Yes, so I work basically with people to help them to establish a healthy relationship with their food. You hear it right. Don't work with people to ask them to stop eating any kinds of food, but it is basically just to assist them to be able to make the most of all the things that they love, they like, but in a conscious way, in a responsible manner, you see, because eating has to be fun, it has to be pleasurable, and at the same time, we have to eat to nourish our body, but not just the body, but also the soul and the emotion. So I am also the director of NutriSmart Consultancy Limited, as you mentioned it. What I do is basically try to assist people at different level, may it be at an individual level, corporate level, working with food industry, to do all kind of activities which is related to nutrition and health. So it can be individual consultation, it can be corporate wellness programs, it can be PR for huge companies and working with media just to create, awareness and sharing information about healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. So yeah, this is what I do. And very important to note that NutriSmart Consultancy Limited started here in Mauritius, yes, but we are not limited to just working with Mauritians. So I do work a lot with people outside Mauritius. So I do have clients abroad because nowadays everyone is connected. So especially with COVID, we are all, well versed with Zoom and all kind of online platforms. So we do work with people abroad also. So this is basically NutriSmart in a few words.
Funny. And yeah, I'm glad you touched on that even if you want to be healthy, it doesn't mean you have to stop eating. Since I've known you, every time we chat, you are either just finishing a meal or starting a meal, and good
Yeah.
food, not just the stereotypical things that follow where people assume that healthy eating is going to be boring or bland. And maybe after what I'll be doing when I share this video, I'll share your details out. If anybody, as you mentioned, people around the world can get support from you, coaching and consultancy on good eating habits, just tell us what's the best way to connect with you, and I'll share that afterwards.
Yes, so you can just connect with me from the website www.nutrismart.mu, which you're gonna share with them all, and then you can contact me either by email or send me a message on WhatsApp. And once you send an initial message, we'll definitely get back to you. And I would love to add, Trevor, it is really important. That's why I always like to introduce myself by saying that I love eating, because as soon as not only me, I think all dietitian experience the same things. As soon as we say we are a dietitian, everyone will kind of, look at you or try to stay away from you, especially during lunchtime, because they don't want to be around you thinking that you'll be eating salads or greens. But it is not the case. You see, we work with people to help them. We don't complicate their life, but we just, make things easy.
Perfect. And then obviously the main reason we wanted to set up the call is you've been working very hard over the last year in the background, and I'm pleased to announce everybody that Yovanee has launched her first book and cookbook, and the copies have just arrived. I think, did they arrive on Friday or Thursday? I think you got them initially.
Saturday.
Saturday, so hot off the press. But yeah, if you don't mind, maybe show us a copy and tell us a little bit about the book, Yovanee.
Yes, my little baby, it's like the idea. It's all started during COVID, so I think I can say it's a COVID baby. Yes, and here it is, my very first cookbook, which is a unique one for Mauritian, especially because the cookbook is basically putting forward the Mauritian culture, our local food, our local way of eating, but just in a healthy way, healthy manner. And because oftentimes when we are thinking of eating healthy, we want to have a soup, but we tend to think like we have to eat like maybe European, American, and things like that. But I think each country, they got their unique way of eating, and healthy eating, it should not be more complicated than this. So this book is basically sharing our Mauritian cultures in a healthy way. So there's lots of interesting stuff out there. It's well explained. We got the nutrition facts. It's simple. The ingredients, they are normally available everywhere, and we translated it into English and French for the ingredients, so that if ever you are somewhere around the world where you are not using the English word, you need the French version, then yes, you can have it. So yes, my Mauritian kitchen, a cookbook, normal one, not a healthy like dietetic one, but a normal cookbook, just with a slight healthy twist.
Brilliant. And well done for getting it done. I know the work involved. And tell us a bit about the work of writing the book. Was it easier than you expected, harder than
Oh
you
my
expected?
goodness. Ooh la la. No. At first it was just an idea. And during COVID, during lockdown, you have the time. And I was sharing recipes because I am really well connected on my social media platform. So sharing recipes, and I see people react a lot because when I work on content like writing things, looking at research and things like that, I don't get that much likes compared by just posting a recipe. I say, okay, so the demand is there. Let me try to develop something. I tested a free recipe ebook, which is also available on the website, and it works wonders. And I say, now I think, it is a time to make something more concrete. But Trevor, you have been following me on this. It has been a real headache. But looking at the cookbook right now, I say, wow, it was worth it. It was not that easy, but yeah, it's really worth it. I'm really happy with the end product, looking at my work, all the effort I put into it. There's lots of emotion when I go through it. And yeah, it's tough, but really awesome.
The question I have to ask is they say that everybody has a book inside them. What advice would you give to anybody that had the idea of doing their own book, whether it's a cookery book or a fiction or a non-fiction? Any advice?
Just start writing it. Unless you start doing it, you will never know whether it would have been a nice experience or not. But I'm sure it will be a nice experience, because if this is something that you really want to do, just give yourself the time. And maybe one advice that I'll share: don't put the pressure on yourself of finishing it on a particular deadline, you see, because that was the error that I did, because I thought that it will be something really easy and quite quick, you see.
Yes.
But no, especially being my first book, so I should have given me maybe more time so that there wouldn't have been that pressure and stress. But at the same time, it's good to have a deadline so that you know that you have to deliver it. But just be realistic. I was a bit tough on myself at the start, thinking that, yeah, I'll get it done like this. I know what I want to do, so it will not be complicated. That's the only thing that we have to consider.
Okay, well done. And before I ask you for details on how people can get themselves a copy, when are you taking a break before the next one, or when do we expect the next book to come out? What are the goals in that
You are
space?
putting the pressure on me now. Well, hopefully, if I can get another one by end of this year, because now I think the process will be quite easy, because I know the way forward. The first one, it's always that you are learning new things. Yeah, keeping fingers crossed. Why not? But this is a unique one. It got 100 recipes, but I'll come with other cookbooks, but it will be more specific, maybe like vegan or lactose free or gluten free, like really specific one with not that much recipes, so it will be more quick to produce. Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully.
Perfect. Well done on the work and every success going forward. So briefly, as we wrap up, just if people do want to get themselves a copy, how do they go about that?
It's really easy. So it's available on Amazon. So wherever you are, you can just check it on Amazon, My Mauritian Kitchen. I'll share the link with you all. It's available. And if ever you are based in South Africa or in Mauritius and you want to get a copy from me or from someone in South Africa, you just need to get in touch with myself. So I'll share two links. You'll have one link for Amazon and one link for my personal website where you can pre-order it. And then we'll do the arrangement for you.
Yeah, stunning. Well, we'll share the video and share the links on it as well so people can access. But brilliant, Yovanee. Thanks so much. And again, well done. I'll be seeing you shortly, but let's wrap this up so people can check it out and get themselves a copy. Every success.
Sure. Thank you, Trevor.